everyone, and welcome to the Transformation Triumph Summit. My name is Jamie Allen Bishop, one of your hosts for this event. I am so honored and excited to introduce these authors with their special wisdom and insights to share. I imagine that you're here because one of the topics appealed to you, or perhaps you're on a transformation journey of your own. I welcome you to enjoy, listen, observe, and take away some of the insights that these authors are sharing so that you can streamline your transformation triumphs. And now, here's more about each of our authors.
Yay, wonderful. Okay, so Cheryl and I are here with Christine Bartlett. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for you to hear all about her. So let me read her bio so that I introduce her completely properly. Christine is the founder of Surviving to Thriving Holistic Wellness, LLC. She's a woman's holistic health and wellness coach and certified holistic nutrition specialist. After years of personal experience dealing with burnout disorder, compassion fatigue, and hormone imbalances, she decided to embark on a new journey into health and wellness. Yay! Today, her passion and purpose in life is to support women who are feeling disconnected and imbalanced and have a desire to create more authentic lifestyles. Christine empowers women to take control of their health and well-being through the integrative approach dedicated to the mind, body, and soul for optimum health and wellness. So please help us welcome Christine Bartlett. Yay.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you, Jamie and Cheryl. Thank you. I'm excited to be here today.
We're honored to have you. So let's just start right from the beginning, which is what made you say yes to the Transformation Triumphs experience?
Yeah, of course. So I always knew that I wanted to do some form of writing. I just didn't know when, and I always knew that I wanted to share my story because, I've past couple of years I've been on a transformational journey, and I still am on a transformational journey. And the opportunity came across a social media platform, and I was a little apprehensive, but the new me, decided let's step outside of our comfort zone. We're all about getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I was like, all right, it's something that I could cross off my bucket list because it is on my bucket list. So I can actually cross it off. So thank you for being a part of a book. Now, I never, I wasn't familiar with, an anthology book. So when I interviewed and I found out, I got even more excited to be able to, share my transformation and be a part of an amazing project with like-minded people. And the whole reason for wanting to be a part of it, and, I get a lot into it in my chapter, is several, and this is kind of going into my personal story, but back in 2019, I really hit rock bottom mentally, physically, and emotionally. As you had mentioned in the intro, I was not in a good place. And I didn't like the way that I felt. I didn't recognize myself. And, it kind of, it forced me to do a self check in a sense. I've been a server all my life. I'm, someone that, I like to take care of people and serve people, but in return, I ended up not taking care of myself. So when it came time to do that, I didn't know how to do that. So I was struggling with, menopause and depression, and things were just spiraling out of control. There was some toxic work environment and so forth. But I just had an epiphany one day, and it was like, all right, you need to make change. So what can you do? What are you passionate about that you can do for the rest of your life? I'm passionate about empowering women. I'm passionate about health and wellness. I've always been passionate about health and wellness. So I combined the two and came up with, did a little bit of research, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I am a firm believer in a holistic approach, which is a whole person approach to health and wellness. And I came across a really outstanding program, a robust program at an amazing school, which I'm about to graduate from in December, and it's bittersweet. Yeah, very supportive, A plus plus. But I am, I said, let's do it. Let's do a holistic health and wellness coach. And I do specialize in women. 99% of my clients are females. I have had a male client. So I am open to males. But yes, my specialty is women.
That's awesome. And I love that you just jumped into the schooling and the education side of it all, for sure, 100%. And I think that in my mind, it sets you apart for sure. What are some of the obstacles that you had to face, or what are some of the common obstacles that you see some of your clients having to face when it comes to transforming?
Some of the obstacles that I had to face personally, and then I'll get a little bit into some of the commonalities that I hear from my clients. For me, it was being a server by nature. It was very challenging to set boundaries with family and friends and stick to those boundaries, because setting boundaries it's critical in your transformational journey. And it was very hard for me to set those boundaries and stick to those boundaries, as well as self-care. And setting boundaries is a form of self-care. So for me, that really was a challenge. And also going back to some self-reflection. I had to keep it real with myself, which can be very difficult, especially with somebody that suffers all her life with perfectionism, imposter syndrome, the whole nine, you name it. So all this time I thought that I was living this authentic life, and I believe that I was to a certain extent, but looking back to where I was to where I am now, I missed out on so much. Setting those boundaries was really the kickstart to me starting to restore my balance within my life, because I was very imbalanced, not just hormonally, everything mentally, physically, just my energy and my vibration was off completely. So I would have to say that for me personally. Now, for my clients, what I hear is just having someone that is genuinely interested in their well-being, and someone that is there to listen. All of my clients up until this point have been very grateful just to have someone listen, and listen without judgment. That would be for the commonality that I hear amongst my clients.
Awesome. Yeah, that's important. Boundaries and listening and being able to share what needs to be shared in order to make the changes so that you feel safe making changes, right?
Yes, absolutely.
What are some myths maybe that go into what you do and how you do it, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest one that jumps out at me is when I'm finding that when I tell people that I am a holistic wellness coach, they automatically think that it is associated with religion. And it's not. It's not associated with religion. You may know that holistic means you take a whole body approach. Health and wellness and optimal health and wellness goes beyond physical and, working out, movement, and eating properly. There's a lot more to it. There is spirituality there, spiritual health, wellness, there is financial wellness, there's contributional wellness. So that's what I love about the holistic approach, is because it looks at the whole entire person. It's a whole person approach. Yes, we can zone in on some focus areas, but in order to get that optimal wellness, you really do need to focus in on several different areas in order to get that wholeness. So that's one myth that I find myself having to have to like, hey, I think I even have that on my website. It's not, can we focus in on religion? Absolutely. I've had clients where it's very important, and it ties into your spirituality, and that ties into your happiness. So
That's neat. So apart from the been there, done that, got the t-shirt from your own journey, what makes you passionate about helping others through it? Like what makes you say, this is really what I want to do?
while I was going through those trying times, um, with hormonal imbalances, menopause, depression, having intrusive thoughts, uh, my family was supportive, but they really didn't know what I was going through. I went to my primary care physician and talked to him about it. And, it right away is, well, here, we can give you a pill. And I'm not against westernized medicine. I do believe that there needs to be a balance of both, holistic and westernized when you need that. But I just felt like I had no one. I didn't have anybody that, again, like some of my clients said, that I could sit and talk to, and they have a genuine interest in my health and well-being, that can relate, that went through the experiences, or are going through the experiences that I went through. So the whole reason for me pursuing, women's holistic health and wellness coaching is because I don't want another single woman to have to feel that way. And, through trusting the process, and taking small steps, for sustainable change, it sounds cliche, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. There really is. The transformational journey is just amazing. It's beautiful.
It is. It can be uncomfortable. I think that's why a lot of people avoid it or don't know really what to make of it. So in navigating that process, what is one of the number one principle or factor that has made a difference in your life or your clients' lives?
For me, it would be, I do everything in my power to protect my inner peace. And it ties back into setting those boundaries, and making sure that you do some self-care, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And I talk a little bit about all of that in my ebook. So yes. So I would definitely, that was a game changer for me. Setting the boundaries and becoming aware of certain triggers, that rattles that inner peace, and knowing how to handle that, and knowing what I need to do in order to maneuver during those times. So because that's important too. I think when, and we all go through trials and tribulations, and there's roadblocks and challenges. And that also is a part of the journey, and there is beauty in that as well. But I think it's very important that, you are able to identify those triggers, and you know what you need to do, to protect that inner peace. So, yeah.
That's awesome. I think I can safely speak on Jamie's behalf too, that we're so grateful that you're a part of this with us. 100% big time. So if people are looking for you, where do we find you? Where can we connect with you?
Yeah, so you can take a look at my website, Surviving to Thriving, holisticwellness.com. And you can connect with me through chat on there. I would love to set up, if you're interested, set up a complimentary 20-minute discovery call, as well as you can subscribe to my blog on there. And if you do subscribe to my blog or set up a 20-minute complimentary call, then I will be emailing you a free gift, a complimentary copy of my ebook, which is Restoring Balance and Discovering Inner Peace. Those are my top 10 principles that helped me along my transformational journey. So, yeah.
Awesome, awesome,
Would
awesome.
love
Well,
to connect.
thank you so very much for being here today.
No, thank you,
Christine.
ladies.
Yeah, we're so grateful you said yes. Yay.
Yes, thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity. It's been life-changing. You both are amazing. You've had such a huge impact on my transformational journey. So yeah, you both rock.
You rock.
Yes.